Welcome back to the show. Now to tech.
Eris, powering your digital world.
And joining us now with the latest consumer trends around the world, it's Dr. Villy Abraham of the Technology Marketing Department at Sapir Academic College. Thanks so much for being here, Villy. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So we're going to start with Fashion Meets Tech, an Israeli company that wants to revolutionize the way we buy shoes. So how does it work?
Yeah, so it really wants to change the way we've been buying shoes because actually it hasn't changed for many, many years. And one of the problems that a lot of manufacturers have and retailers is that people buy shoes and then they return them. And they actually have to absorb the cost of the return shipping. So this company actually combines 3D imaging with artificial intelligence. And what it offers is this. First of all, you stand on a digital pad which scans your feet, and then it compares your feet to the database that they have online in a cloud actually.
Okay.
And then according to the features of your feet, your size, etc., it compares it to other people, and then it can offer you the best model or the best shoe to buy. And it can also help you with online, you can scan it through your smartphone via an app. It makes suggestions about the best buy, and I think the most interesting thing is that once it scans your shoes, it's there forever.
Okay.
Next time you come into a store, it already has all the features, your particular features, and you can buy.
That's really neat. If I could predict success of tech companies, I would say these guys are on the road to
Really,
success
yeah,
because that's a big problem is buying
It is a very
shoes
serious
online.
problem.
So.
And that's why very few people buy shoes online.
Yeah, I think so. And then in the U.S., like you said, it's just so easy to return. That's the plus to buying.
And it can work well for consumers because buying online is much cheaper. But when you don't want to take the risk of buying the wrong the shoe which will not fit your particular needs.
Exactly. So moving on now, a survey recently has released info that says a cashless society could be upon us. So how many people really prefer electric forms of cash?
Okay, so first of all, it was a study that was conducted among 13 European countries, the United States and Australia. And in the countries where they use most cash, that's where people want to, they want to stop using so much cash. A third of Europeans and Americans say that they would be willing to go, to a cashless, turn into a cashless society. Germany uses most cash in Europe.
Really?
And one of the reasons it's happening is because of the advent of payment systems like the contactless cards, digital wallets. Last week we've mentioned the messenger.
Right.
You can pay. And another thing is competition. I think that because of serious competition here in the country, for example, you can buy anywhere for any amount with credit card, even for 1 shekel.
It's ridiculous.
And it's because of competition. So it really means you don't need cash.
Yeah.
And I think it's smarter as a consumer to use credit card because when you withdraw money, even if you withdraw 50 shekels, you would have to pay $5.90 or $60.90.
Right, you have to pay
And when you're using a
that.
credit card, it's really just a very small
And
amount.
just ease, and it saves time. People are digging through their wallets and change, and it really seems like a thing of the past. So many, like you said, so many people these days just use cards for everything. So, so it's interesting. It's an interesting thought. We're going to move now to Alibaba chief has said, tell us his prediction. This is really interesting.
Yeah, well, he says that in 30 years, robots will even replace the best CEOs. Well, I don't know. I don't know whether robots are going to be that smart. But on the other hand, he said that robots can improve our quality of life. We know that today a lot of grandparents, the older generation, who are not very computer savvy, they're robots. They can just order the computer to look up things for them, to send an email. So robots are really helping everyone.
Yeah.
But the thing is that in the United States today, there are 200,000 robots working. And even
in what capacity?
Manufacturing capacity, yeah,
Okay.
especially in the auto industry.
Wow.
And even Adidas, which had plants in the Far East, has moved to Germany. In a couple of months, it's going to open a very big factory. And most of the workers are going to be robots, only 160.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
and it's
wild. So how do you tie in a CEO into all of this?
Well, it means that they're going to become so smart that they will be able to replace anybody. But the thing is that it's a very serious problem. By 2021, 6% of the American workforce will lose its jobs. In about 30 years, about 10 million people will lose their jobs, even perhaps more.
To robots.
Yeah, to robots.
That's a very upsetting development.
If you look at what's happening in the country, a lot of cashierless cashiers.
Yep.
and
true.
a lot of automation, and it means that a lot of people, unfortunately, will be losing their jobs.
That is too bad. It is some food for thought. And we're going to finish with Uber. They're saying that flying taxis will be cheaper than cars. So will we actually use flying taxis? It seems a bit futuristic.
Yeah, well, they're developing the technology, and their Uber Air service will be tested in 2020 in Dubai and Dallas. And they're saying that eventually it will become cheaper. At first, it will be equivalent to the price of taking a taxi, but it will be cheaper, and it will save us a lot of time commuting. And I think that's the most important thing that it will be doing. I mean, its contribution, because we know that we spend so much time in traffic jams.
That's true.
I look at myself, for example, every week it's getting more and more congested.
I'm with you. It's
Even
it's
in the
awful.
South, where there wasn't so much traffic jams in the past, and now it's just congested so
I
much.
don't know how safe I'd feel though getting into a flying car.
Well, that's true, but there are a lot of startups who are developing personal aerial vehicles, and they've been the technology has been tested successfully. So it looks like we're
one
heading.
day we may see traffic jams in the sky. That would be just
in the future,
crazy,
I'll be
wouldn't
flying
it?
in with my vehicle here.
Just land right here, right here behind
We'll
you
have
on the
a door
balcony,
here
and
and,
exactly, we'll zip right into work. Villy, thanks so much
It's a
for
great
this.
pleasure.